Is it okay for a Christian to be hypnotized? For many Bible-believing Christians, the answer to that question is a hard no. And if that is your personal conviction, I completely respect that. It's perfectly reasonable if a Christian, especially a Christian parent, chooses to say no and steer clear of hypnosis. But is this a necessary conviction for all Christians? What is hypnosis? Hypnosis is a state of focused attention and heightened suggestibility, in which an individual's conscious mind is relaxed and the person becomes more open to suggestion. It is typically induced through a process of guided relaxation and suggestion, and has been used for various purposes including stress reduction, behavior modification, and therapeutic treatment. Contrary to popular belief, individuals under hypnosis are not unconscious, nor are they completely under the control of the hypnotist. They remain aware and can generally recall the events that occurred while they were hypnotized. There are different types of hypnosis. These types include traditional hypnosis, which is the oldest form of hypnosis, and it involves direct suggestions made by the hypnotist while the subject is in a relaxed and focused state. There is Ericksonian hypnosis, cognitive behavioral hypnosis, self-hypnosis, neuro-linguistic programming, clinical hypnosis, and, of course, stage and comedy or street hypnosis. But we're not going to get into all these various forms of hypnosis for the purposes of this video. It should be noted that the exact nature of hypnosis and its effectiveness as a therapeutic tool remains a subject of debate among psychologists and medical professionals alike. And since it's debated by health experts, you can be assured it's debated in Christian circles as well. Does the Bible address hypnosis? The short answer is no. There's nothing explicit in the Bible about hypnosis. And my advice to Bible-believing followers of Jesus Christ is that if something is not explicitly mentioned in the Bible, we should be appropriately humble about that subject. And that certainly would include hypnosis. The Bible does have a lot to say about how one should manage his or her mind. In his second letter to Timothy, the Apostle Paul writes, "For God hath not given us the spirit of fear, but of power and of love and of a sound mind." And to the Philippians he writes, "Finally, brethren, whatsoever things are true, whatsoever things are honest, whatsoever things are just, whatsoever things are pure, whatsoever things are lovely, whatsoever things are of good report, if there be any virtue and if there be any praise, think on these things." And the Bible explicitly forbids giving your mind over to any kind of supernatural activity outside of worship of and prayer to God Himself. Therefore, using hypnosis as a means to contact spirit guides is something that the Bible does explicitly prohibit. Is hypnosis safe? I'm not a medical professional, I'm a pastor. So the question of the safety of hypnosis is one that should be taken up with your doctor. And you should never consider any type of therapy without first praying about it and then consulting with your doctor. In terms of the biblical and spiritual aspects of hypnosis, the key, as with all things, is to exercise prayerful caution and discernment. At its core, hypnosis is about focus, meditation, and relaxation. There's nothing in the Bible that forbids these things. The Bible is concerned with what we focus on and on what we meditate. Yes, it's true that pagans and non-Christian spiritualists have used and are using trance-like states to facilitate New Age practices, including contact with spirit guides. It's also true that the Toyota Prius is one of the most popular getaway cars used by bank robbers. Does that mean that everyone who drives a Toyota Prius is doing so because they want to rob a bank? The answer is of course not. Just because hypnosis has been used for nefarious purposes does not mean that everyone is using it that way. The bottom line is if you engage in a trance-like meditative or hypnotic state in order to meet a spirit guide or tap into some kind of spiritual or supernatural power or insight apart from God Himself, then that is dangerous and something that every Christian should avoid. But if a competent, trained, and trustworthy hypnotherapist or even entertainer is using hypnosis for reasons that are completely apart from those things, then I believe hypnosis falls into the category of Christian liberty. As with everything else, be cautious and be wise, and always be in prayer. and always follow the leadership of the Holy Spirit. He will never steer you wrong.